We have breaking news for our Chicago Bears, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bears have signed defensive back Chauncey Gardner Johnson. A dog coming to
CJ.
Chicago, guys. Y'all know we gonna talk about it, break it all down, but you gotta hear the music first.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Steve O. So if you tuned in, locked in, ready to talk some Bears football, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get right into it. Steve O, the Chicago Bears, reported by Adam Schefter, are signing safety or defensive back because he played a number of positions, Chauncey Gardner Johnson, to the active roster after he had a visit yesterday with the Chicago Bears. How you feeling about this signing, bro?
I'm liking it, especially if you know anything about CJ Gardner Johnson. He can play DB, and more importantly, he could play nickel. Who we just lost that nickel, Kyler Gordon, and I think that's the thing that I was pretty much worried about because, like I've been saying, dealing with a groin and a calf or hamstring injury, if you're gonna deal with it, if you re-aggravate it twice and it's already week 8, that's gonna probably bother you for the remainder of the season. So even if he does come back, he's still gonna be dealing with that injury. So in my opinion, I think they went out there and said, we don't know how long this is gonna take, we don't know how he's gonna respond. Let's go replace it while we can. And quite frankly, it kind of fits even more because Kyler was able to do certain things that we've seen him doing, like rush the passer, being down in the box, stop the run in certain situations, just because he was athletic enough to do it. The difference is between him and CJ. Not only is CJ athletic enough to do it, he wants to do shit like that. And he has the mentality to do shit like that. So you put him next to a Brisker, you put him next to anybody like that, as well as the linebackers and the way we've been hitting, shit. Like I said before it was done, this is the first time we brought this type of caliber of mentality player inside of Hallis Hall in a very long time. And I think that's something we definitely need. Beware when he's on the field.
For sure, I agree with you. I like the signing as well, simply because to everything you said when it comes to Kyler Gordon, I think that it could be something to where you looking at it. He's gonna be gone for a while, already being placed on IR again, and that requires 4 weeks before a guy can even be considered to return. And then you look at what transpired versus the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, the Bears did a solid job of pretty much containing Derrick Henry, but you need to be able to allow Dennis Allen to do Dennis Allen things. And when Kyler Gordon was out there, one of the things that Dennis Allen was able to do was to mismatch some of those pressures or dial up different type of pressures with his cornerbacks, and that's what he loves to do. You seen when Kyler Gordon was in the game, you seen Kyler Gordon coming off a blitz, you seen Jaquan Brisker coming off a blitz. But when Kyler Gordon goes down, you're not allowed to do, or you're not willing to do certain things knowing the personnel that you have. And McLeod, that's probably somebody Dennis Allen wasn't, trusting to go out there and do that, especially because he had to play outside with the loss of Tyreek Stevenson. But then you also look at it as saying, now that we have CJ Gardner Johnson, he's able to come in, and if I want to send Jaquan Brisker on the blitz, I can trust CJ well enough to where he can play safety. Or if I want to go out there and send CJ on the blitz, Jaquan Brisker is a safety already. So It allows you to be able to do certain things that you want to do with your defense. And plus, you need some damn help at defensive back. Now, Steve-O, got to talk about it. This is out of the ordinary for a Chicago Bears team who is pretty much what's the right word for it? I don't want to say political, but it's a team that has a
Cutter.
standard, huh?
Cookie cutter.
Yeah, we'll use cookie cutter and pretty much saying that guys have to be this certain way and act this certain way and have a character of this way. CJ is a different type of monster. He can be viewed as a hothead. If you go and watch clips from his Eagle days, he's making plays behind the line of scrimmage, snatching his helmet off. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of fiery guy. Do you think this is what that defense need right now?
Yeah. Because there was nobody in that, quite frankly, there. I mean, I know we got every time the D tackle. I see his name. Him. Yeah, Grady. We got Grady, who's probably, if not probably the biggest leader in terms of voice wise.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I just felt like there was nobody on this team that was gonna go up to a group of people and be like, y'all playing like shit. Y'all need to step it up. CJ, the type of guy like, dog, secondary doing our job, linebacker, junior job. Montez and y'all, what the fuck is y'all doing? That's the type of, and that's the thing. If you even hear it from our coach Ben Johnson, even when it comes down to penalties, he said our leadership got to talk about it now, because at this point, the whole coaching staff been beating the dead horse, beating the drum, and motherfuckers ain't listening. It's up to the leaders. And with him on that team, he's going to automatically be a leader. Why? Because he don't shut the fuck up. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. But in this case, I think it's a good thing because he knows what good football look like. He's been on the Super Bowl team. He's been with the Eagles. He's been with the Lions. I think he's been with the Lions as well. He's been with
at the time was the Lions. Yep, a season with them.
Houston Ravens. He knows what a good team look like. He damn sure know what a good defense look like. So he's gonna come in and be like, y'all think y'all good? This ain't good enough. And then I understand. We also know he could be a hothead. He got Twitter fingers and shit like that. That's what Al Harris is for. Hey, dog, I get what you are. We're going to let you be you. But all that extracurricular shit, we ain't doing all that. We not doing all that. You was just fine. And I also feel like I think he's going to come in with a pretty different perspective, because your ass was almost out the league. And quite frankly, you're not out the league. You didn't get released and traded from these teams because of your talent. It was because of your attitude. So I think with him being 27, him almost being out the league, him realizing, okay, damn, like I was almost out this bitch. He's gonna realize, yeah, this is my opportunity where not only can I revitalize my career, I can shift the narrative behind my name, and I could possibly find me a new place to stay, because we also didn't mention, Jaquan Brisker like to get hurt too. So he could be a death piece as well in case somebody else go down.
Surprisingly, Jaquan Brisker has been healthy. We hoping good health for my mans for the rest of the season, because this is a key season for Jaquan Brisker. But I agree with you when it comes to CJ's mindset coming into this team, simply because this is a team that has not accomplished anything in the past few years, and they seem to be trending in the right direction. And pretty much kind of had like a setback last week per se versus the Baltimore Ravens. And you look at CJ's situation, you was cut from the Texans after 3 games. 3 games.
Yeah, we had 3 weeks.
And to Steve-O's point, it wasn't because you're not talented. We know when you was with the Philadelphia Eagles, you was a dog. We know when you played with Detroit, you was a dog. Dennis Allen has familiarity with you when you was in New Orleans. Yep. So I agree with you. We want you to go be yourself on the football field, but don't take anything away from the team, because that's going to be the most important thing moving forward, because this group has to show up at some point, defensively and offensively. And I think that when you add new faces in it, it can either be a good thing that catapults you up, or it can be a bad thing that can kind of shake up your locker room a little bit. But I think that's one of the points that you said about Ben Johnson calling out the veterans. You need these guys to step up. I understand that Jaquan Brisker came out and he spoke about being a more vocal leader, but you need a guy that's going to be fiery all the time. Yeah. This man is going to be fired up first snap. And honestly, he he's familiar with the system, but Dennis Allen could have potentially changed it since now he's working with a different personnel group. But I would imagine that Dennis Allen is going to dial up pressures right away versus the Cincinnati Bengals, especially considering that Joe Flacco is hurt. And if he does play, he's not going to be healthy. Like, what the hell? Or Jake Browning, you're going to be dealing with that. Pressure has to be flying and coming nonstop on Sunday when we see the Cincinnati Bengals, because honestly, it really wasn't enough versus Snoop Hunt. Not even gonna hold you.
Nope.
So
it wasn't, and well, that was also on the coaching staff because they said they was gearing up for Lamar, and I'm like, well, y'all have 4 quarters to realize Lamar wasn't fucking playing. Yeah. So yeah, they need to do better. And like I said, I think somebody like CJ coming in is gonna hold not only the players in, but the coaches are accountable as well. They got to be on their toes too. Ben Johnson is fiery as well. Hey Ben, you out there calling some bullshit? Stop being cute, nigga. Come on, bro. And that's what we need.
And for those, I see a couple comments asking for the contract. It's probably just a contract for the rest of the season. To be honest with you, they didn't list any specifics, but typically when signings happen like this, it's just for the remainder of the season. Typically, especially when you pick up somebody from off the street. So it's just probably one of those things to where that's gonna allow CJ to come in, put on some good film, and then see where he can move from there. So we'll see. We'll see what absolutely happens with this. I think that is good. And I think that it makes a lot of sense for what the Chicago Bears defense is trying to do, because you got reinforcements for the defensive backfield, and now nobody is still going to act like this defensive line need to show up. Nobody's going to act like that, but you do get some reinforcements to help out with the loss of Kyler Gordon. And this is a good comment by Fish and Jen. Gardner Johnson played nickel with the Saints for over 1,000 snaps. Ball hawk will elevate the secondary as long as he leaves his attitude at the door. I agree with that. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Leave that attitude at the door. We need that motherfucker.
We need the stupidity left at the door.
Yeah, that's what I said. He need to harness. Right. He need to harness his attitude and shift out that bullshit. That's what he needed.
Agreed. Yeah, get rid of the BS, but we need that fiery attitude on the field, because he gonna celebrate the smallest things. He gonna celebrate the smallest things as the biggest wins, and typically you need that type of energy on a defensive side of the ball to keep the momentum going and shutting teams down, in my personal opinion. Big lack of effort. This is from Crimson by the defense against Baltimore. Hopefully they get back to playing to win. The next mailbag happens on Friday and Saturday, Marcus. So we'll see what's up with that. This show right here, stay the course, homies. You already know we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Ricardo said just need Booker to live up to his preseason play and hype he generated before the injury. I think, honestly,
that's key.
I don't know what the stats are going to do for Austin Booker, but what I know when it comes to the pass rush, this guy has the speed and he has pass rush moves that are not just a bull rush. So that should help him a lot. Hopefully we get a couple sacks.
I feel like it's really going to do more for everybody else. Everybody going to be seeing a motherfucker over there on the side just moving, and they're going to be like, what the hell? And then Martez go get free, Dio go get free.
I hope that's the case, brother, for sure. Marcus mixed it at 27 years old in a journeyman career. Y'all think he won't check that? I mean, me personally, I'm looking at it like Steve-O said to kick things off. It's more just the attitude part, not on the field per se, but in the locker room and off the field. I think that's where it can become an issue. But if he can hone that in, if guys set the standard early, he should be fine, because the longest amount of time he spent, to your point, still as a journeyman, but was only 3 years with New Orleans. So, and then he been bouncing around. So we'll see what happens with it. But I like the addition of a dog on defense. Can't be mad at that. Sometimes you just need a young whippersnapper to come through for a little short period of time. This is not a long-term solution, in my opinion. Yeah. It's just for the rest of the season, and I don't think it should, deter what the Chicago Bears are trying to do this season.
And if it does, that just shows what mental state we at.
On the real. And not only does Dennis Allen has familiarity with him,
Man,
Ben Johnson has familiarity with him as well. So we'll see.
both of them could just be like they should be able to the point where they see like, all right, he tweaking, get him.
On the real. Pull him in. Pull him in. Hey, I mean, but Ben Johnson has showed that he can reel players in when they get to tweaking, i.e., the damn quarterback. When Caleb get to tweaking, Ben Johnson like, all right, even if we don't agree with all the play calls, you can see Ben Johnson like, yeah, bro, don't got it. Chris Evans, we just need to keep running the air out of the football. Even if you go 3 and out, you burn the clock and give your defense a break. I think that could be part of the plan, but you also have to score points. So when you get them opportunities in the red zone, guys have to be better.
But I think running the ball is how we get in. So quite frankly,
outside of the first 2 drives.
Yeah.
Shit. Yes, Austin Booker was elevated. Yes, he is good to go for Sunday's matchup.
I know you ain't missed my sleepy ass live when I dropped that news.
He definitely dropped it on Monday night.
On me, half sleep.
He was
headache
right
with a motherfucker.
In the flesh. I think we should make a trade for an edge rusher. Everyone is making moves, and we need to bolster this defense to complement the offense. I agree with that, but if you keep in mind some of the moves that have been made, i.e. the Patriots move, they taking a chance on a young player because the man played 19 games and only got 1.5 sacks.
And that's
you gotta make a move for a guy that's productive, not on a guy that you want to make a project.
Yeah. And that's the thing, y'all. A lot of people say, well, y'all can't find the edge, y'all can't find the left tackle. If, quite frankly, I'm gonna say this nicely, and I'm gonna say this for the second, third, fourth time. If a left tackle or edge is available right now, there's only 3 things that we need to be concerned about. 1, he trash. 2, injury concern. 3, they expensive as fuck because they the best at their position. They disgruntled. All 3 of those we can't handle right now.
Yeah, because y'all got to remember we paid up money to Deo and Dingbo. He's making $16 million this year. I believe it goes up to 20 next year. I believe that's what it is. But hey, we got to work with what we got to work with. And me personally, I'm holding the coach to what he told everybody. We can win with this unit. So I'm not giving nobody no outs. That does not mean I don't want to see moves, me and May, if they are available. But he said we can win with this unit. So I got to hold my coach and these players to that standard. Go win. If the help comes, it comes. If not, nobody's going to feel sorry for us in Chicago. That's just how I see it. I'm not mad at if anybody else sees it differently. Would y'all do Max Crosby for 2 first-round picks in a second? You will absolutely do it. But the Bears don't have the money.
Yeah, just paid that motherfucker.
Unless you say, hey, rate us.
Right.
Would you take Montez Sweat?
Right. That's
and
the only way
we'll look at that and like, yeah,
it's decent.
Right. They'll be like, it's decent.
Even then, I just did the research. Like, I think if we cut him or if we was to trade to cut him, I think the dead cap is only like 8.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
Okay. V-Dog in the building said it's 50-50 right now because Ben Johnson made some terrible calls. But I think the bigger, more concerning is Caleb. He's shown in college to go for the home run more times than not. I think Caleb Williams, he gotta be better. I think it's a combination of things too, because going back and looking at the film, on one of the intentional groundings, Colston Loveland breaks inward into the defense instead of breaking outward. It looks like Caleb Williams on that particular play, not the whole game, read that the tight end was supposed to go to the out route. And then on a miscommunication in the end zone with DJ Moore,
I think he was tired and that nigga tried to do a jump throw.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, everybody got to be better, bro.
And like I've been saying, you got to teach. We're basically Ben is trying to teach all of USC damn near out of them, and that's in Oklahoma. That's 2 years And then we're not even talking
It's
about
about
everything.
last year.
Right. We're not even talking about his first year, his rookie year. So
Yeah.
you got rookie year, USC, Oklahoma, in high school, you gotta wash away.
Yeah,
That takes a long time to get out of anybody's brain, let alone a quarterback's brain.
especially when the system that he's operating in is a complex one. That is not saying that he does not have to be better.
Which he does.
It is just saying that
It's a reason why he's struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, I agree with this 100%. Also, we're not one player away. Let the season play out. This is his evaluation season, but also a win now season. That's what I
feel like
agree
this
with.
is a building block season, really, because if you hear all of us around us, the coaching staff, players, they talking about the future. They're not talking about now.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Building block season, you want to see where you match up against some of the other teams. And so far, they beaten some teams that they were supposed to beat, but then you lost to a team that you was basically supposed to beat last week. And I think that's still a learning thing for this team. And I agree. We not in a position to go trade for Michael Parsons. It would have been nice. I would have jumped off the porch and went crazy. But if we speak in realness, we're not ready to mortgage some of our future at this current moment in time. James Steele, if you don't understand bringing context to football conversations, I don't know what else to tell you. How the hell are we making excuses when we clearly just said he has to be better, but we have to consider up until this point how he played quarterback? How is that making excuses? That's all I want to know.
People can't understand context versus excuses. Y'all know words, but don't know the meaning of words. Stop saying excuses if you don't know the fucking meaning of an excuse. Context and excuse means two different things.
For sure. I agree with Brandon. He said Bears can beat the Bengals Sunday. Their defense is trash. But Caleb has to be Caleb. A better version of him. A better version of himself. What the Bears pay for CJ. I have not seen any contract details come out, Los with the hoodie. Have not seen any contract, but it's probably just the rest of the season type of deal. You know, something small.
We're going to have a press conference today, so I'm pretty sure we're going to find out by noon.
For sure. We'll see, man. We'll see. But I'm with you, Chris Evans. The Bengals game, they did wake up versus the Steelers. Don't be quick to say it's easy. Yep, this is the NFL. Teams can lose. How bad has the Dolphins look? They just got themselves a good victory this past Sunday over the Atlanta Falcons. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But hey, that is our time. Steve-O, you got anything left, bro?
Nope.
But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in into this latest news regarding your Chicago Bears. We know there's going to be some people that are interested in being a part of the mailbag. So go ahead and do so by calling the number 773-242-9336. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. I'm pretty sure Hayes still probably cooking up on that daily episode. So be on the lookout for that. And y'all, hey, yo, the real, that motherfucker locked on. But hey, we appreciate y'all, man. And y'all already know, Chi-Town up and bet down, baby. If anything else pop off, we'll be right here to give y'all the